behave me. And I would like to say that the project couldn't have really happened without the spirit and the votes of approval from City Council. And here with us today, David Narkowitz from Ward 4, Paul Spector from Ward 2, Marilyn Richards, Ward 3, and Michael Bardsley, who is our at-large counselor. And also, if I could recognize Representative Peter Colcott, who looks for money for us all the time in the great city of Boston to send our way. And of course, I thank all of you who have helped us and who are here today to celebrate this greatness. If I could ask our mayor, Mary Claire Higgins, to come forward, and I want to say that if it wasn't for her dedication and commitment to this project, we really wouldn't be standing here right now. So, thank you.
Hi, everybody. There are some people that didn't believe we were going to be here today, and there's some people in this crowd that I have bets with that will not pay off until we're actually in the building. And you know who you are. But I am going to collect. And this project owes a lot to the folks who came before. And I want to just recognize that Irene Lamson is here somewhere, our former Council on Aging Director, who worked with her with a group of people and had this vision to make this happen. And I want to thank her for her leadership on this. And then Patty came and picked up that baton and really started running with it, and here we are. And the other, I just want to take a moment to remember Jean Liswell, who was so dedicated to this project and who left this project in her will a significant amount of money, which is helping do some of the work that we desperately need to do on this job. There's still more to do. We still have some more fundraising to do. I was joking before that there are a few people here that need to get out their knitting needles and their crochet hooks because we need to spin yarn into dollars. And but the amazing thing is that the senior center, the Council on Aging folks, the participants in all those programs know how to do that and have been doing it. And I want to thank them for the kind of money that they've been raising for this project as well. So I just want to mention a couple other things. First, that this building is a building that we're building being cognizant of the fact that we live in a world that's changing and that the era of cheap energy is probably over. So we're building this building with an eye towards making it a highly efficient, energy efficient building. We're looking for what's called LEED certification that says that it's environmentally friendly and it will have a high energy efficiency. And we're going to be building it with a geothermal heating system, and if you want to know what that is, please talk to anybody but me. I actually think both Tony Patillo and Michael Owens can give you a very clear explanation of what that is. And I just have to know that it's a good idea. The other ones have to know how it actually works. But it's going to help us in the we're going to save money in the long run in terms of how we're paying for the heat in this building, because we're using that and we're going to be friendlier with the environment with that kind of heat. And the other thing is that it's within walking distance of a number of seniors, which also will help in terms of the way we live in our world today. Secondly, I'd like to thank Michael Owens in particular as a staff person for the city, who has really been singularly dedicated to this project. He's our CDBG administrator, but by the time he's done with this, I don't know, he may have a second job as building senior centers across the country, because he knows more about this project than I think anybody at this point. So he really deserves a round of applause. He's figured out the financing. He figured out how to do the contracting with Joe Cook, and he showed up outside City Hall yesterday afternoon with mud up to his knees. He was down here doing something. I'm not sure I want to know, because I'm not sure we're insured for whatever it was that you were doing, but we'll worry about that later. And I would also like to recognize Peter Colcott. You know, he's been working, and I know he's dedicated to trying to find some more money for this project. Everybody likes to point at pork barrel politics unless it's the pork that's coming home to us. And we wouldn't mind a little. So, and I know that Peter's been trying to do that, and I want to thank him. So, There's lots of other people to speak. There's a lot of other people that should be thanked there because there's been so many people that have worked on this project. But I'm so happy that we're here today, and I can't wait till the day we open the doors and christen the senior center. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Next, I'd like to introduce Joe DeFazio, who is the chair of the Northampton Housing Authority, whose property we are on.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to make my comments very brief. I just want to welcome you to the neighborhood. We have the Walter Salvo House over here, Kale Apartments over here, and the McDonald House over there. And I believe we have 25% of the elderly population in Northampton within walking distance of this spot. And so you're a great addition to the neighborhood, and you're going to be great neighbors, and thank you very much for being here.
We thank the whole Housing Authority for your consideration on leasing the property to us for 99 years. So how many of us will still be here? And our programming will change a little by then. So next, I'd like to introduce Michael Bardsley, who is the council president for the City Council of Northampton.
Thank you, Patty. There was an election year, 6 or 8 years ago, and there was a candidates forum at the Council on Aging. And the burning question, the direct question is, where do you stand on a senior center, and will you support it? And all the candidates for the council that year were there, including myself. And we were falling over each other, saying how much we supported this, and I know I support it more than this person, and we were all pledging support right down the line. And then the follow-up question is, well, when are you going to do something about it? So as a counselor, and on the council, on behalf of my colleagues, I know that we were very proud to support the mayor's leadership in moving this forward and coming up with the funding. It seems like a long time. Patty said 10 years. For some of us, it seems longer than that. I swear some of the people on the building committee originally were members of the skateboard committee when we were looking at a skateboard park. That's how long it's been. They've moved from one committee to another. But here we are. This is a major, major turning point, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to represent the council, and I know all the councilors are very enthusiastic supporters of this, and we're looking forward to being here when it's the grand opening of the building. So this is a milestone. It's a very important one, but we know we're not at the finish line yet. We've got a lot of hard work to do. And I want to be a thank you and a congratulations to all the people who have put in effort, all the various committee members. And I know I'm looking at the Hearns here, and I know how hard they have worked on this. And I've started naming people. I won't go any further than that because I know I'm going to miss people. But thank you for everybody for all your work, and we're very, very pleased to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And Marilyn Richards and Michael Ahern, who are both co-chairs of the Senior Center Building Committee. Marilyn, as you know, also serves as City Council Councilor from Ward 3, and Mike Ahern, well, what doesn't he do for us? He also is the chair of the board for the Northampton Council on Aging, and also serves as president for our Friends Association for the Northampton Council on Aging.
Thank you, Patty. I just want to say how pleased I am to be here today and to thank people. And I know the list is too long, although I do have a few individual people, but it's been a long time. I think it gives all new meaning to an ad hoc committee. So thank you for serving for the years and years and years. And I really want to talk for a few minutes today about the value that our senior citizens play in our community. And I really think that this new facility will represent well that value and the people in our community. I did a little research on senior centers, and I found out that the first senior center was about, not quite as old as when we started, but about 60 years ago. And when senior centers, and today serves probably over, there's probably over 15,000 senior centers, and ours being the next one to go up, hopefully, as we dig the dirt today. But as senior centers have evolved, our population has gotten older, and we need a place today for our seniors to gather, to have resources, to share their stories, their wisdom, and their experiences. So I'm just looking so forward to that, and I feel so proud, and I think this is the first time I've said this publicly, but I'm really proud it's in Ward 3. So I'm proud to be city councilor that's host to the senior, will be host to the senior committee. And I do want to thank Mike and Patty, and particularly I wanted to mention Mike Owens because he worked tirelessly to make this happen. And the mayor. I know several times I've been in the mayor's office and I said, oh, you know, we can't find a site, or, oh, it's going to cost a lot of money, and she kept saying, there will be a senior center. So I'm just thrilled that it's happening right now. She's never wavered on that commitment, and so I'm just thrilled. But mostly, when I think of our elder generation, what I think of is the Native American culture and how it honors its elders. And so I have a little quote that I wanted to read to you today, and it's from a Native American in way out west in Oregon, and his name is Bob Three Feather Sweeney. And Bob writes, "Elders, especially honored ones, hold a special place in our Native society. Our elders are the carriers of our memory and our life experience. The youth have the energy, while the elders exercise their wisdom. It's everyone's responsibility to grow into a respected elder, one who is sought out for advice and counsel. At Native gatherings, it is the elders who eat first while the young wait their turn. Elders can often be seen in the center of the group of young ones sharing their knowledge. Our American society is so youth-driven that it is forgotten that elders also have a contribution to everyday life. Beauty and youth are skin deep, while wisdom lives through the ages. In ages past, our old ones were the storytellers. This way, things were passed on from generation to generation. For this reason, the elders made it a point to remember every detail. They wrote their word down. They were the carriers of history and spiritual values. We sometimes spoof their stories, and in doing so make them foolish. The truth is that many are ignorant of what is value and precious, and how to appreciate age. Age is grace, a time far too valuable to waste. Our senior citizens are grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts, are our uncles, our mothers, our fathers. They are we. So I'm extremely pleased that we can honor our senior citizens today by breaking ground for this new building. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I know Michael Owens is anxious to get out in the field out here. So Michael, come on forward. And as the mayor did say, Michael's been very instrumental in putting the package together. He is working with all the contractors, and we consider as our project manager the point person. So I think I'll side with the mayor when she says he knows everything, because he'll be talking about various construction modules, and I have no idea what he's talking about. I just want a nice building out there. Michael Owens.
Thank you, Patricia. Just to acknowledge the leadership and support that we've got from the mayor, the city council, various city departments to make this project happen. I am only one part of the project team. We look forward to getting this building up for you and having occupancy in about 1 year. Our project team does include Juster Pope Fraser Architects. Kevin is here somewhere. Kevin, if you could raise your hand. There he is over in the corner. Our contractor, Statewide Construction, Mr. Al Alameda. Our superintendent, Jack Keane from Rhode Island, who I'm going to get to know very well over the next few months. And again, I just wanted to thank everyone that's been involved in supporting this effort, the Housing Authority, the Executive Director John Haidt, his legal staff, the federal government for helping us fund this project through the Community Development Block Grant Program, which is run out of the Planning Office at City Hall, the Inspectional Department at the City Building Department, specifically Tony Patillo, the staff people at the Central Services Office, and of course the Council on Aging. So thanks very much, and we'll see you about a year when we occupy the building.
Thank you, Michael. And now Michael Ahern.
Thank you, Patty. I'll be brief because I want to get these guys back to work and get digging over there, you know. And I know you folks want to get over there to World War II to enjoy the refreshments that we're going to serve you. As you heard, this project took a long time. In fact, I started as a young man. Now I'm a true senior citizen. I can't wait to see that building up so I can go in there and enjoy it. But once again, thank you all for being here. And I can see the interest is still out there, and come by every day and watch it as it gradually gets bigger. Once again, thank everybody. I want to thank Irene Lamson, who actually started this project with me 10 years ago. In fact, it was Irene, I, and Dave Stevens. I want to thank Dave Stevens for co-chairing with me on the site committee, and we took a trip up to the Florence Grammar School, and that was the first site we looked at, and we said, wow, this could be it, but unfortunately it didn't come available, and so we worked and worked and worked, and here we are today. Once again, thank you all for being here, and Patty, thank you for all your work.
In a few years, I'll be the director and a senior, so I can serve myself, I guess. I would also like to just introduce a number of the members from the Senior Center Building Committee who are here. So when I call your name, if you could just raise your hand. Michael Ahern, of course, Jerry Ann Butler, Jason Doyle, Ray Ellerbrook, Joan Finn, David Gower, Jane Goyette, Ned Huntley, Dottie Newman, Tony Patillo, Marilyn Richards, Dave Ringy, Dave Stevens, and myself. And of course, Michael Owens, who is our project manager. So I'd like to really thank all of you for coming, and it's really good to see so many of our city employees here as well who, you know, if you want to know how city government works, it is because people work together within the confines of the various municipal buildings. And so it's really a pleasure to see people who not only work for the city but support projects like this. It's quite important because this is a community event and it's a community building, and it's designed for seniors. And you know, we have a lot of baby boomers coming up, many who will admit it and a lot who don't want to, but we're here to serve seniors as they get into the 55 and up bracket, as well as those who are, you know, 102, I believe, is our oldest resident here in Northampton. So we welcome you all to... That's the front door.
Where's Mike? Oh, there's Mike.
Yeah, actually, we don't know. Who's got the best shoes? Okay. So here we go. Who's the photo of them? They're all over here. Okay.
Come on, Marilyn, get the shovel in there.
Ready? Everybody got it? Yeah. Oil.
Atta girl.
Where's Bob?